I've always maintained that I want to be a leader in in any setup that I walk into. See, education will stay with you till you die. You know, whatever happens. You know, a cricketer cannot play cricket till 60 years. Friend क्या मैं दुनिया के सामने शो ऑफ कर सकता हूँ कि मैं शाहरुख सर को जानता हूँ.
Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Express Idea Exchange, and today's guest is Venkatesh Iyer. Of course, we all know Venkatesh Iyer, KKR, Madhya Pradesh, and Indian team all-rounder. Uh, Venkatesh, I'll start straight away with the auction day. What was your first reaction when you saw the teams were bidding for you?
Yeah, thank you for the introduction. First of all, very happy. Obviously, when you see the paddle getting raised for you, you for once don't never want the paddle to stop getting raised. But after a point of time, I actually felt that okay, both RCB and KKR are pushing for me. So I think goes to show how much trust KKR has in me, and not just me, but to create an environment where they are not just thinking about championships, but also backing their players that they feel belong to their family. So I'm really thankful to the management, and yeah, I was surprised, but at the same time, I was extremely happy. And I, to be honest, again wanted to play for KKR. You know, if it were in my hand, I would have loved to be retained, but that didn't happen. But I'm really happy that I'm back at KKR.
Yeah, because my second question is about the similar line. Because Mesur told in an interview after the game that you gave him the ultimatum, boss. If you don't pick me, I'll be very sad. What was it about?
um, so yeah, actually, I had a word with him uh, before the announcement of retentions, and he was very clear in telling me that this is the plan, and we won't be able to retain you, but we're not able to retain you because of the rules of the retention, and not that we don't want you in KKR. So I told him, sir, if you have the option and if you can, please do everything in your power to get me back to KKR. And it kind of worked, didn't it? So it goes to show how much he trusts and believes in me. So I'd really like to thank him, and it's been a wonderful relationship that we've built over the years now. So and even if he wouldn't have picked me, I knew that he wants me in his side. We always talk about auction dynamics and stuff like that. I was ready to accept the fact that playing IPL in itself is an achievement for me. So I'm ready to go to any team. But when I saw Venki sir going so hard, I actually felt really grateful.
You spoke to him after it, or what was it?
Yeah, of course I had to. He texted me welcome back. Uh, and I told him, sir, I'm really grateful and really happy to be back at KKR. Obviously, he's busy with the remaining auction, and yeah, and when you go into an auction with 50 crores, 50 odd crores, and you end up spending 23 crores on a player,
Yeah,
now you have a lot of thinking to do to make a team properly.
yeah.
But did a great job. Not just him, but the entire team did a fabulous job of getting together. Once again, a wonderful team, and I also had the opportunity to thank Chandu sir, who went there for the auctions, and he's with the MP team as well. So yeah, I spoke to him. Was really grateful, and just this is happy environment altogether.
So now with one year already not there, shares, will this year get a chance to become a KKR captain, and will you aspire to become one next season?
uh, I I don't know if they are looking in those lines, but I've always maintained that I want to be a leader in in any setup that I walk into, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it an IPL team or even the Indian team. And being a leader, you want to contribute with your ideas, with your suggestions, and you don't really sorry, I don't really need the tag of being a captain for that. So I always want to be a leader in the dressing room. And if captaincy comes my way, then it'll be an honor to lead such a reputed franchise. And let's see what's there in store for me.
See, normally like this overnight becoming a millionaire is usually like reserved for Rajnikant in his meetings, I mean, in his movies, right? So when paddle is being raised, you become like overnight millionaire like Rajnikant happens. And I'm like, what is just going through your mind, Venkatesh? Because it's an incredible number as well, right?
I've been playing for 8 crores for 4 years now. It's not always about the money. Yes, see, I'd lie if I say that I was not happy with the amount. It's an unbelievable amount, and that's the beauty of IPL and IPL auctions, right? It changes lives, and it gives people the opportunity to experience so much money in doing what they love. We all love the game. I know you all love to analyze cricket. I love to play cricket. And in that process, if we are getting paid, such a beautiful feeling. So, as you said, I was really happy, with the amount. But again, I was low-key hoping that the final bid would belong to KKR, and it happened that way.
Venkatesh, like IPL, you have like played, you're such a versatile batsman. You have played at the top of the order, you're used as a floater. Like in terms of like when you're like aspiring to get into the Indian team, does it like sort of work against you in the sense like when selectors sit down, they ultimately look for specialists in the position? Does it like sort of, I mean, it's a double-edged sword in that case for you?
Not really. I think, see, any team that I play in, it's my duty to fulfill the responsibility that I've been given. And in KKR, I was given the responsibility of being the floater, and it's my duty to fulfill it. And when I think about the Indian team, uh, that's what makes it even more special. Different players playing different roles. And when I walked into the Indian team, I was there because I opened in the IPL, and then I was given the role of a finisher. So, as it goes to show that as a professional cricketer, you got to be very flexible in terms of what you want to do, both in batting, bowling, and fielding. There shouldn't be a comfort zone, as to say that I can only open or I can only play a certain role. To get into an Indian team itself is a big thing. Once you get there, whatever role you're given, I mean. A player should be the last one to say, no, 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 I want to do this role and not this role. You're playing for the country. You have to do whatever is asked of you.
You spoke about the auction, like, yeah, this price tag thing. I think that's been the theme of the talk so far, right? Uh, isn't this thing like this amount kind of almost can be called insane or obscene? And we've been seeing over the years, like, I understand you yourself are an MBA, you know how to handle money, fame, everything. Like, you are equipped. But we've seen several cases of people losing their way, their drift. Uh, a certain player, I don't want to name him, but yeah, there's been a lot of talk about him going unsold and the kind of money he got very early in life. Like, do you think that is there a need of a course correction or maybe even like more education to people with the kind of money, very young people getting so much money so early in life?
Great thing if people are getting money, but why do we work so hard to earn well and to lead a good life? But in terms of what you just asked, I feel it is very important to understand that once a tournament starts, it it almost becomes immaterial. What your price is. You might be a 20 lakh player, you might be a 20 crore player. You are still a member of a team, and you still are going out there to contribute to the side's victory and win as many games as possible. And that will never change. That did not change when I played in the IPL 2021 when I was picked for my base price. And that will definitely not change when I play IPL 2025 for KKR. That thing is absolutely clear. And as far as bringing about a course correction, as you said, I think uh, people need to understand, and by people, I don't mean cricketers. The people on the outside need to understand that you know cricketers do think, and cricketers do want to excel in life. They don't want to be the talk of the town for wrong reasons. They want to do well in their career. They want to score runs. They want to pick wickets, and they want to dominate at the higher level almost every time. Yes, that does not happen all the time, but the reason for that might not necessarily be a bigger price tag or X, Y, Z, whatever. So I think players, more than the players, people on the outside need to understand that, you know, at the end of the day, a team had 120 crore rupees. How to use it? The team made a plan, and now they've assembled a team. The team is going out there and playing. It is as simple as that.
I absolutely understand what you said, that yeah, market who decides. Like, you guys have worked really hard, and you are among the very few handful of cricketers. Like, the entire country plays cricket, and you are among the very few people, a very small group of people who make it that big and who can even make it to auction. Auction is also like unbelievably hard, right?
Right.
Which I absolutely get your point. But I'm just saying that when it comes to, say, IPL, and then we talk about going to India, maybe is there a threat or a fear that maybe the drive could go in a young player? Again, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking a very general thing, a kind of fear for the administrator, that maybe uh, there could be a fear that a drive could be gone in a player if he earns so much so early to play for India, not for I. So the priorities could change.
I don't think so. No, especially when the Indian team won the World Cup and when they came back to India, you
Right.
saw how the reception was. Who would
True.
not want to be a part of that team?
Right.
Who would not want to don that blue jersey, or who would not want to don that Indian Test jersey?
Right.
There is a certain thing beyond money and skill levels that makes us love the game so much, and that's called emotion, and that's the passion. When we all started playing cricket, no one would understand the concept of earning from cricket. I mean, I didn't, obviously.
Right.
uh, I just understood the concept of representing India, being shown on the television, thousands of millions of people cheering for me, and me making my country win. These are the points that every young cricketer, you know keeps reminding himself. And the money, the fame, all this, these are all byproducts of you pursuing your passion. you know
Right.
and see, again, it's um this has now become very normal for people to talk about price tags and money coming into the game, and that hindering players perspectives of higher level. But I still feel, um nothing can match the feeling of representing your country. Nothing can match it. And uh, there's a certain level of respect that when you look into the mirror, you understand that now I'm playing for the country. I'm representing India. No, I am playing a Border Gavaskar Trophy Test match. I am playing in the World Cup. These are feelings that neither money nor fame can ever replicate, sir.
And not even a 23 crore price tag, easily, the way you're saying.
I see. Again, it's on paper it sounds big, but
Right.
again, trust me, I can vouch for the fact that there is no greater feeling. Now, there have been so many moments in my life. But what do I remember the most? One cover drive that I hit in an India South Africa game. There are so
Okay.
many great moments in my life. I got married. It's a wonderful moment in my life. But
Right.
again, what do I remember most about my career till now? When I stood there and the national anthem was going on. These are the moments that you live for. And again, see, it is still subjective. If you're earning really well, you can talk about all this. but
Right.
but again, these are feelings that can never be replicated, and these are feelings that as cricketers we live for.
Hello, Venkatesh. First of
Hello,
all,
hello.
congratulations on the auction. I just wanted to ask you one more thing about the price tag, which is, I guess you've experienced that steady, rise of going from 20 lakhs in your first year at KKR at 2021 to now. Um, can you talk about the magnifying effect of, that the price tag, obviously, and if it brings any pressure to your situation right now?
Yeah, it is a big jump from where I was yesterday to where I will be in the future in terms of bank balance. But uh, I'd lie if I say that there won't be any pressure on the price tag. See, we're all living in a world where social media is very active, where we know people are talking about you, where where there are so many analysts talking about you. And see, I'm not someone who'll entirely ignore it. I want to live my life as well. I know a lot of things will come towards me, but I think, as I told you, once the IPL starts, it doesn't matter if you were picked for 20 lakh or 20 crore. You're a part of a team. There'll be a certain role given to you, and it's your duty to try and fulfill that role. Nothing should technically come in its way. Not the price tag, not not how you performed last year, or not um, if people are looking at you for a certain role. Like this mistake happened to me back in 2022, where I thought I was thinking more about what's going to happen in the future. Will I be again picked in the Indian team? Because I made my debut just before the IPL. So I think it is very important for me to understand that there'll be a talk up to a certain point, but once the IPL starts, and once I understand the fact that I'm just gonna play my game, I think it will zero it down to almost nothing.
And moving on to another topic, obviously in the past you've credited a lot of your success to Mr. Gambhir. Um, how was he as a coach, and do you have like some things, some way that he coached, or some stories maybe that you remember that like stay with you?
Yeah, there were a lot of things. I mean, one one major factor that he always emphasizes on is to back yourself to the fullest. The thing that I told you about narrowing things down to kind of create a bubble around you. I think Gigi sir is a big believer in that, to make the team understand that this is what matters. Nothing on the outside, nothing from the outside is going to come to haunt you. Him and the rest of the management were like shields. Uh, but I think I what I remember most about him is the confidence with which he used to talk to players. That kind of gives you so much uh, assurance that there is not a lot of pressure on you. You just have to go out there and give your best, and whatever happens happens. So I think that's his biggest quality. I can't remember like particular stories, but I really feel uh, the way in which he carried himself onto the field, that there was a definite aura when we talk about Gautam Gambhir, and that aura reflected on the team as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about your academics. You are one of those maybe few cricketers who has studied quite a bit. You have completed your MBA in finance, and I think you were studying further. So could you just talk about one, the challenges of being an active cricketer at the same time studying, getting an MBA, and also mm, could you just talk about the journey, because you started off doing your CA and then I think you switched to the MBA. So then just talk about that academics, how important it is for you. And secondly, part of the same question is like any lessons from say MBA or management which you think has helped you on the cricket field.
It's a flex, isn't it? If you're good in studies, academics. But I come from a very orthodox family, so it's kind of tough to convince middle class parents that yes, I'll pursue only cricket. But it was the other way around actually. I was big on academics. I was a really good student. But my parents wanted me to do well in the game as well. And the only point that I feel, and I tell others as well, if a new guy walks into the MP team as well, the first question I ask them is, पढ़ाई कर रहे हो कि नहीं? If you're still studying, or if you've just ignored all your education, because see, education will stay with you till you die. Whatever happens, a cricketer cannot play cricket till 60 years. You got to understand that there is a shelf life, and after that you really want to excel in life, you have to be educated. And it's been a great journey. Academics has kind of given me the perfect switch off from the game. I don't want to be thinking about the game all the time. It just adds unnecessary pressure. So if you have something productive to do, then there is no reason you shouldn't. If I can do two things at a time, then definitely I will. And whatever education you get, it will eventually help you. It won't go waste. And I feel being an educated person, it kind of gives me the edge, and helps me in better decision making on the field as well. There'll be certain situations where it won't be about just the skill. It'll be about how tactically strong you are, or if you can make the better decision. And I think education has given me a platform where I feel, if I'm stuck somewhere in terms of my skill, I can get myself out using my wit. And that's why I am big on education. I want, if available, if possible, I want cricketers to educate themselves as well, not just with cricketing knowledge, but general knowledge as well. If you can complete your graduation, if you can do your post graduation, then you definitely should. I'm pursuing PhD now, and if I can pull that off, then I'll be extremely happy. Just you'll be interviewing me as Dr. Venkatesh Iyer. Just imagine how good that would be. No, I mean, just kidding. But what that does is it will show people that yes, you can do two things at a time, and if something is possible, then you should do it.
If we can ask, what is the subject of your PhD?
I am doing PhD in finance.
What investment advice would you give a young cricketer? When I say investment, like somebody who, just for example, like somebody who's young and who's got, say, 5 crores in the IPL. If someone walks up to you as a financial advisor, if I can say, what advice would you give that young cricketer? Like, what you should do with your money? And the second part of the question is, what do you splurge on? Is there something you like to splurge on?
Yes, I'll answer this. It's a very good question. I have a very good answer for it as well. I have made a few investments, and I feel everyone should invest on people. You should invest in a good trainer. You should invest in a good nutritionist. You should invest in a good financial consultant, and you should invest in a portfolio manager. Basically, I wake up to play cricket, so I shouldn't be doing anything else. I cannot sit here and give you stock market ideas. I cannot sit here and tell you invest in A, B, C, whatever. Let professionals do it because they've studied for it. So your investment should be on professionals. That's what I feel. If I have a certain amount of money, I would invest in people who have professional knowledge of things. Yes, I know I want to invest my money, but I don't know where, because I can read an article and invest in something, but if it's a loss, then I have only myself to blame. But if it's an investment manager who invests money, he has done that after a lot of study. So I think investing in people is extremely important. I have invested in a nutritionist, Suraj Thakuria, who is my nutritionist. He's also the nutritionist for Avesh Khan, Ishan Sharma, Khalil Ahmed. So that has been a great investment, and I can see changes in my body. I've invested in a good trainer. So my advice to people who are earning is to invest in professionals, and that's how you will get better returns.
Yeah, everyone wants to know how Shah Rukh Khan is. What's your personal experience about him? Any moment which you will remember for long? Because when you talk about KKR, it's SRK. So any moment you can share with us.
It's, brings a smile to my face when I think about Shah Rukh sir. Such is the persona. It's such a great quality to have when you are the superstar, but still you're able to make people around you feel so much comfortable, and give them an elder brotherly vibe. We all had a certain image of Shah Rukh sir in our mind, like, okay, he's the Shah Rukh Khan, the mega star. It's gonna be so tough to be in his presence. But he makes the environment so chill and so friendly that you end up sharing a lot of things with him, talking a lot with him, and yeah, he spent a fair bit of time talking to us in this IPL, and I remember this game after which he spoke with me for around 40-45 minutes. There's no need for an owner to spend time, but he went outside his comfort zone and spoke to me, and that conversation will stay with me for the rest of my life. But if you ask for a particular moment, I remember after the finals, my mom had come onto the ground, and Shah Rukh sir met her And yeah, of course, he praised about me that he's a very good child, and that the happiness that I saw in my mother's eyes, I really cannot forget that moment. This is so beautiful. It was amazing to be in his presence.
But did you ever thought कि यार अपने friend के सामने show off कर सकता हूँ? शाहरुख को मैं जानता हूँ. Getting it?
हाँ, ये तो मतलब फ्रेंड क्या, मैं दुनिया के सामने शो ऑफ कर सकता हूँ कि मैं शाहरुख सर को जानता हूँ, मैंने उनके साथ एक पिक्चर लिया है. ये मैं दिस इज एक्चुअली अ मैटर ऑफ फ्लेक्स, कि मैं शाहरुख खान सर के साथ बैठा हूँ. अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी बात है. बट आई थिंक it's if you zero it down to, again, the feeling that you all have, an audience has, that okay, you met Shahrukh Khan. But when I was there with him, this moment is supposed to be larger than life. This moment is supposed to be grand. But then the moment was so simple and so aesthetic that there was no feeling that this is the Shah Rukh Khan that everyone loves and admires.
Yeah, because वो dressing room में आके देखा नीचे बैठा है, just one of the
Yeah,
part of the team member. कभी ऐसा लगा नहीं.
absolutely. There's
तो
so
कभी
much love that he, इतना प्यार, there's so much positivity that he gives you that you end up loving that human.
Yeah, अभी बात हुआ बीच में हाल ही में after 23 crores.
No, not yet. अभी तक तो नहीं हुआ, but I hope to speak with him soon.
Have you been to Mannat ever?
No, not yet. I haven't
It's
had the opportunity to.
तो एक बाकी रह गया मन्नत का basically तुम्हारा.
Yeah.
So coming back to cricket, I mean, you always look so close, but yet so far when it comes to India call. Did you manage to speak to selector? कहाँ गलती जा रही है? Or because we always felt कि your after last IPL you're close, you will go probably one of the Indian teams.
Yeah, sometimes I do feel that my name should have been there on that list, but again, that's never in my control. And I'd be the first person to accept that, yes, there is a scope for improvement. I definitely do need to improve my bowling. What a Hardik Pandya brings to the table, what for that matter Nitish Reddy brings to the table. I really, really admire Nitish Kumar Reddy. He's one of my favorite cricketers now. So what he brings to the table, if I have to be in that spot, then I definitely need to improve on my bowling. And see, it's not that I am not. I am working on my bowling, but again, there is a child in me that wants to get back into the Indian team badly. But there is also the practical guy that feels that no, you're not up to the mark when it comes to bowling. Yes, that will always, kind of give me the drive to keep getting better, keep working on my bowling. I'm working with my bowling coach Anand Rajan, so it will help me get better. But once I'm ready, once I know that yes, my bowling is on point and I am batting well, I definitely feel that I will be in the Indian team.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Venkatesh, for coming
Thanks a
in a
lot,
very, very
Venkatesh.
short
Lovely.
time.
Thank you.
Lovely conversation we had.